You really don't think about water mains until a pipe literally bursts in your street.
Oh.
And right now, AI is basically becoming that invisible utility, right? Like the underlying plumbing of our entire society.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But as companies pour just billions into laying down this new infrastructure, we're definitely starting to see some major leaks.
Exactly. So welcome to this deep dive on behalf of AIPOD. We're unpacking the weekly AI news summary for the week ending August 2nd, 2026. And we're tracking how AI is rapidly shifting from, a shiny toy into the literal foundation of our daily lives and the unexpected friction that shift is causing.
And you can really see the sheer scale of this new foundation in this week's CNBC Tech earnings report. I mean, we are seeing record capital expenditures just across the board.
Right, because AI isn't just an experimental side project anymore.
No, not at all. It is the core business strategy now. Companies are just dumping billions into data centers, specialized chips, and these massive cloud computing networks.
Well, wait, I get Nvidia selling the chips, right? That's essentially selling the pickaxes or building the actual power grid during a gold rush. But looking at the Mint article's breakdown, it seems like Apple is dangerously behind on enterprise AI. Are they just, ignoring the cloud entirely and risking getting left in the dust?
Well, they aren't ignoring it so much as they're just playing a totally different game. Like, if
Hmm.
Nvidia is building the power grid, Apple is basically building the smart appliances that plug into it.
Oh, I see. So they're keeping it local.
Yeah, exactly. Apple is betting that sustained value comes from embedding AI directly onto consumer devices. So, keeping the processing local for privacy rather than trying to, win the massive cloud computing wars. They really want to own that personal interaction.
Right. So while corporate giants battle over consumer devices versus enterprise clouds, you have entire nations treating AI as a literal public utility. Like, look at India's new initiative that Vision IAS covered.
Yeah, they want to make AI their next digital public infrastructure, which is huge.
Right. Following the blueprint of their previous rollouts, like Aadhaar, their massive biometric ID system or their unified digital payment network. The goal here is digital sovereignty.
Exactly. They want to democratize open AI models and shared data sets. That way, local startups and just everyday citizens don't have to rely on foreign tech giants to build their everyday applications.
And they're applying this to fields you would honestly never expect. Like, GK Today noted that the IndiaAI Mission just partnered with the Ministry of AYUSH. They're integrating AI into traditional Indian medicine, like Ayurveda and yoga.
Which is wild because they aren't just slapping a basic chatbot on a website.
No, not at all. They are feeding massive data sets of traditional health records into AI models to spot these really subtle diagnostic patterns, things human practitioners might actually miss, effectively modernizing ancient clinical practices.
But software like that doesn't just live in a vacuum. It takes physical steel and concrete to build the massive data centers running those public models.
Right, the actual physical infrastructure.
Exactly. And ironically, AI is stepping in there too. TechCrunch reported this week on a startup called Dili, and they just raised $15 million to tackle the massive bottleneck of physical construction.
Wait, I read that they're automating regulatory compliance, but how does AI actually help pour concrete? Like, what does that actually look like?
Well, they're using large language models to basically ingest thousands of pages of obscure local building codes and zoning laws.
Oh, wow. So instead of a human spending weeks checking if a blueprint violates some random city setback regulation, the AI just instantly flags it.
Yeah, precisely. It untangles the entire bureaucratic web, so physical infrastructure can just be built so much faster.
Okay, but if AI is becoming a public utility like water, Google just realized someone could very easily poison the well. The Times of India reported that Google had to yank their new AI-powered satellite imagery tool from Google Earth in literally under 24 hours.
Yeah, that was a crazy turnaround. Open source intelligence experts basically realized that because the tool could generate highly realistic geographic features, literally anyone could fabricate fake troop movements.
Or fake natural disasters, right?
Exactly. When the infrastructure allows anyone to instantly fabricate convincing geopolitical events at a global scale, I mean, the potential for targeted misinformation during active conflicts is just staggering.
Yeah, the tool was simply too powerful to be left unguarded in the public square.
Definitely. That is a massive societal leak. But the friction we're seeing is also deeply personal. The Hindu actually ran an op-ed recently arguing that AI is stealing the pleasure of work.
Oh yeah, like the difference between using a calculator to do your taxes versus having an AI write a heartfelt letter to your spouse? Like, are we so obsessed with efficiency that we're rushing to automate the exact creative struggles that actually make us feel human at the end of the day?
That's exactly it. The author makes a really compelling case that our over-reliance on AI kind of diminishes the critical thinking and effort that drives personal growth.
Right, because we should be using AI to complement our capabilities,
Yeah,
like handling the drudgery so we can preserve the roles that require true empathy and judgment.
I agree completely.
So AI is actively laying the tracks for our future, whether that is powering enterprise data centers, democratizing public health care, or untangling construction permits.
Yeah.
But as we adopt this new infrastructure, we have to actively protect our shared reality and, frankly, our purpose.
Yeah, take a look at your own career this week. I mean, ask yourself how these parallel tracks, this ruthless efficiency versus the deeply human need for meaning, how are they shaping the work you do every day?
It really brings us back to that water pipe we started with. If AI successfully becomes an invisible public infrastructure, exactly like water or electricity, will you eventually lose the ability to distinguish between what is artificially generated and what is fundamentally human?